Yeah, okay, we're going to talk a little bit about Irish humor as applied to things that really happen. I'm here with Paula Bailey of Reading, England, a computer science secondary school teacher. And yeah, she thinks this is a little edgy. And we know that, I mean, we know in the past, decade or so, there are young people who have inflicted self-harm, and that's not funny. And, we have to deal with that. But, I'm 73 years old now. I can't help but think that, well, what about back in our day? Why didn't it happen then? And I can't help but apply Irish humor to that situation, and say, well, back in our day, we didn't have self-harm. Our parents harmed us all we needed to be harmed. We didn't have to do it ourselves. And that's an example of Irish humor. If you don't believe me, read Frank McCourt's Angela's Ashes. Now, Frank was born in 1930, and he was born here, but went back to Ireland to be raised. And if you think my idea of Irish humor about parents is distorted, well, look at Angela's Ashes, and you'll
That
maybe
came over.
maybe realize Irish humor can help you cope with a lot of things. I mean, in my case, I came down with bronchial pneumonia at age 11, during a summer of being around a woman, my adoptive mother, who smoked all the time. So I was exposed to a lot of secondhand smoke in my youth. And I did come down with bronchial pneumonia at that point. I recovered. But then, every few decades, the doctor notices a spot on my lungs and says, oh, well, what's that? I mean, the latest one last year, I just had to have another CAT scan done a year later to make sure that nothing had changed. And I said, I'm pretty sure that's the one that was noticed in my 20s, and was told then, it could have been, due to an infection some previous time, like when you were a child. And I said, yes, I had bronchial pneumonia. That's probably, yeah. So there's a case of, parents harming you as much as you need to be harmed so you don't have to harm yourself.
That's come over better than I thought it would. I was
Okay, yeah, well, maybe we should quit while we're ahead.